Hey friend, welcome. I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark, and I sell them hopefully for a profit. Usually I do a daily ship with me video where I kind of show what an average, I don't know, maybe I'm average, part-time reseller might sell on a daily basis. But today I wanted to share with you how to look up comps. This is something that I talk about a lot for every item I show, whether it's what sold or even in a haul video. I share average sale price and sell-through rates, and sometimes I get questions about what that means or how I find those. So there are 3 different ways to look up comps on eBay. And then honestly, I never look them up on Poshmark, but I thought maybe we could try it together. So I have just 4 things that we're going to use, or I'm going to use to look up comps. So the first thing are these Cole Haan shoes. So these are upside down Cole Haan. They have a woven leather, and then these are penny loafers, if I'm correct on that. So I'm gonna take my eBay app. I'm not super techie, so I'm not like sharing screens and stuff. I'm just gonna show you old school style. And this is how, when I'm out and about thrifting, this is how I look up comps. So I'm gonna go down here where it says search. And up here is a search bar, and I'm going to type in Cole Haan, J-N, penny loafers, and then I'm going to make the search a little more specific, and I am going to add woven and leather. Okay, so now it's going to show me just background noise. It's going to show me some listings here. So there are some listed for 40, some for, oh, those actually are not completely woven. Here's some that look like mine, listed for 60, listed for 70, listed for 40. I can kind of scroll through and see which ones look similar to mine. Here's 4150, okay? I can filter down here at the bottom. It says filter, and I'm going to filter by condition in this case, and I'm also going to filter by color. So I'm going to filter by used, and then the color is obviously brown. So you can also filter by color, size. You can filter by brand. Sometimes that's helpful if the brand can also be used as an adjective. So here on the bottom, it tells me that there are 85 sold. Or I'm sorry, not sold. There are 85 listed. Now I'm going to keep in that filter, and I'm going to click show more. And then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and there's one that says sold items, and I'm going to toggle to that. So it's going to tell me that there are 52 sold. So there were 85 listed and 52 sold. So to find the sell-through rate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 85 plus 52, because that's the total amount of items that have been listed over the past 90 days. It's 137. So I'm going to take 52, which was the amount sold, and I'm going to divide that by 157 items. It was 47, wasn't it? 52. It was 37. I'll get there. Divided by 137. And that gives me 0.379, blah, blah, blah. So rounding, it's a 38% sell-through rate. Do you know how that works? If you just move the decimal point 2 places, it gives us 37.9. So I'm going to round up to 38. It's a 38% sell-through rate. For me, that's pretty good. I don't find super high sell-through rate items in my area very often. Actually, these I bought in New York, so these weren't even really in my area. But yeah, I think 37% is a really good sell-through rate. Now, we also have to look at those sold items. So it says show 52 results. So I'm gonna show that. And now it's gonna show me how much they actually sold for. So here, one sold for $30, one sold for $1, That's not good. There's one that sold for $50, but it's crossed out. So that means it was sold on an offer. So that could mean that it sold for $48. It could mean that it sold for $10. I have no idea. There's a brown pair. Oh, it says black pair, even though I filtered by brown. So it's not a perfect system. That sold for 40, one for 45. There's another for 40, 30. So for me, these were for sale at a Goodwill, I think, for $4.99. So if I can turn $4.99 into $40 with a 37% sell-through rate, that's a pretty good buy for me. It might not be for you. Everybody has different ways. All right, so the next one we're gonna look at are these fit flops. So these are a little, did I do them upside down again? Sure did. This is just a little pair of flip-flops. They are the brand Fit Flop. And these are just kind of a white wedge. So I am going to use that word wedge. So this time I'm going to use the product research tool on my app. So what I'm going to do is in my app on the bottom, I'm going to go to selling, and this is going to bring me to my seller hub. And I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. There it is, sorry. And it says product research, and it says get started. So I'm going to click on get started. And then there's just a search bar at the top. It says enter keywords like brand names, model numbers, or other details to start your research. So I'm going to search fit flop, fit flop, and I'm going to add wedge and probably sandals, although most fit flops. Okay. So it decided to, my people are texting me. It decided to change the spelling on it for me, even though I did not ask them to do that. So on here, it tells me right at the top, average sale price is $32.34. It tells me the sold range. So they've sold anywhere from 99 cents to 147. It tells me the average shipping. So that does tell me that most people are paying for shipping. 10% of the items have free shipping on there. That's what that says right there. And then it also tells me that there's 1,219 total sellers. What I don't like about this is that it does not tell me what the sell-through rate is. I need to turn off my phone. It doesn't tell me the sell-through rate. All it tells me is the average sell price, and I don't particularly like that. I will tell you that the Fit Flop wedge did have a pretty decent sell-through rate. I bought these for $4. So the next way we can look it up is through our eBay seller hub. So let me show you. These are pretty cool. But I will tell you, I don't think that the sell-through rate is very good. These I bought at a little consignment store in Corning, New York, and I paid $8 for them. I'm never going to say that right. La Artiste Spring Step. And these did have a style name on them. Yeah, they say Pierce and some numbers and Peach Multi. Okay, so I'm not very good at doing this, so it's going to be a weird transition. So here I am at my seller hub. I'm going to go over to research here at the top and then go down to product research. Oh boy, I did not think about that. I don't know how to type with one hand. Okay, so Teast Peach. What was the other word? Pierce. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you're if you're hanging on here. This is okay. I am going to filter here. There's already like a pre-done filter for women's shoes, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna, yeah, there is no solds. So I'm gonna click over here to active, and there's no actives. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to broaden my search here, and I'm just going to add sandals. And the other thing I'm going to do is add that little apostrophe. Oh, sorry about my hand. I'm going to add that little apostrophe because that might just have something to do with it. Also going to filter by the women's sandals, and then I'm going to toggle over here to sold again. So now I can scroll down and it tells me that the average sale price is $33.19 and the sell-through rate is 37.5. So again, I would round that up to 38. Now I can scroll down and it will show me actual solds. And so this tells me exactly the ones that sold and for what. It also tells me if there's free shipping or what they paid in shipping here in this one. And then, yeah, apparently I never really look at these two lines, but then here it tells you the actual date that it sold. So that's super helpful. You can also filter by condition up here. So these are pre-owned, so it does often change. Yeah, see here, the average sale price went down to $28.46, but the sell-through rate actually went up to 41%. So that is how I do my research for all my videos on what the average sale price is and the sell-through rate. So I usually use the first way where I just search on my phone, just using the search function in the app. And then the research for my videos I do on my computer through my Seller Hub. I very rarely use, actually never use the product research tool on the app, just because it does not provide that sell-through rate, and I can easily figure that out just doing some math. And honestly, I usually just kind of round and guesstimate. But those are how I research on eBay. So I thought maybe we could practice, or I don't know, try researching on Poshmark. So I have this dress. I tried to find another pair of shoes, but I didn't find very many shoes. This is just a little dress by Fresh Produce, and my family just came home, so that is what you're hearing is my van pulling in. So I'm just gonna go to the Poshmark app, I'm guessing here, and I'm gonna click down here on shop. And then up at the top, I'm just gonna search. So I'm just gonna search Fresh Produce dress up there in the search bar. And yeah, so here at the top, there's filters. So filters, sort, category, brand, size, color, price, shipping. Okay, condition. So condition might be good. I'm gonna condition to, actually it doesn't give me a used option. I'm not really sure why. Maybe there's none available. But then I also want to figure out, oh, then it says availability. So I'm not seeing any way to see how many items are listed other than maybe just scrolling through. But that seems like it could be a tedious task, and I don't really want to count them all. But I am going to toggle then to sold items here in the availability filter. So sold items, and then it shows me just some sold. So here's a dress that sold for 15, one sold for 10, 10, 25, 20, 27, 23, 24. So they're in the 20, 25, maybe $27 range. However, again, it doesn't show me how many are sold. So I don't really know the ratio of how many are available and how many are sold to determine the actual sell-through rate. Now, I will say, and I say this quite often, that I don't think it's necessarily like the most important thing, the sell-through rate or even the average sale price. But I do think that it is a factor when we are buying or sourcing for reselling. There are other factors at play, right? Condition is important. The cost of the item is important. Sometimes just our past experience plays a lot into, if I know fresh produce sells really well for me and I sell almost every fresh produce item within 3 months, that says a lot to me, whether the comps tell me that or not. Actually, that makes me want to look this up. Fresh produce dress has, according to this product research tool, an average sale price of $27.07 and a 40% sell-through rate. So that actually does kind of go along with what my personal experience is. Certainly instinct is important. There are some things that you just can't find a comp for because there's nothing else like it. But if you have a gut instinct that this is really cool and this is really gonna sell, I think that plays a lot into it as well. So I would love to know if one, how do you research on Poshmark? Am I doing it right? Because probably I'm not. I don't have any experience with that, and I've never even really watched a video or tried to learn. So if you have some information on that you might that might be helpful for me or other people who might read the comments, I would really love to know that. If this was a helpful video, make sure you like it, give it the thumbs up, and then subscribe if you enjoy reseller content. Like I said, I do daily ship with me videos generally. I would also really love to know if you do comps, if you find them helpful, if they work well for you, if you just completely ignore them. I know some people have pretty strong feelings one way or another. I think that they are really important, but like I said, I don't think it's the only factor. So that's all for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you soon.